In this video, we're going to be setting up conversion events inside of Tag Manager so that Meta knows when somebody calls you or submits a contact form. And then we're going to go one step further. We're going to be setting up custom conversions so that your Ads Manager columns show you exactly which type of lead each campaign produces. This is the setup that turns Meta from optimizing for visitors into optimizing for actual leads. In the last video, I showed you how to install the Meta Pixel through Google Tag Manager. So if you haven't done that yet, go back and watch that video first, because everything in this video sits on top of that one. So we're going to set up two events today, a phone call lead and a form submission lead. And then we're going to be setting up custom conversions, which is the part that most people skip. But it's super important because it allows you to add additional columns inside of Ads Manager so that you can see exactly which type of lead that campaign or that ad produced. So instead of just saying leads, it says phone call or form submission. So here's why the custom conversion part matters. If you jump into Ads Manager, you can see you're able to optimize a campaign for a lead. But say you want to add columns that show which type of lead that was, whether that's a phone call or a form submission. If you only set up the lead event, you just get one blended number, no breakdown. So by the end of this video, you'll have separate columns for each, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like in a live account. So jumping into your Tag Manager account, go to Tags, click on New, and name it Meta Lead Phone. Click Tag Configuration, and choose Custom HTML. Then you're going to place this script in here. This content name is what we're going to be using later inside of Events Manager to tell Meta this specific lead was a phone call, not a form submission. So name it exactly this, phone, because the custom conversion rule that we build later has to match it like character for character. One more thing while we're here, this tag assumes that the base pixel has already loaded on the page, which it has if you followed the last video, because the pixel fires on every single page. So if your pixel hasn't been set up, none of this will work. So make sure your pixel is set up first. Now what we want to do is click on triggering, hit the plus icon, and title the trigger phone click. Click Trigger Configuration, choose Just Links, then Some Link Clicks, set the variable to click URL, contains, tell, and a colon, just like that. So that's the prefix that every clickable phone number on a website uses. Hit save again, and that's the phone setup done. So anyone who clicks on your phone number now sends Meta a lead event tagged as phone. So now we repeat the process for form submissions. So click on New, name it Meta Lead Form Submission. Click on Tag Configuration, Custom HTML, same script, but this time the content name is form. So paste that here. And again, we'll use this content name form inside of Events Manager later in the video. For the firing trigger, what you want to make sure you have set up is a thank you page on your website. So whenever somebody submits the form on your site, they get redirected to a thank you page. That just makes the setup so much easier, and the trigger setup is super simple. So click on Trigger, click on the plus icon, name the trigger something like Thank You Page View, choose a trigger type, click on Page View, some page views, select the variable to be page path, contains / thank you, then hit save. So a thank you page is great because it only loads when a form actually went through. If you're tracking something like a button click, that's going to be a lot less reliable because you want to guarantee that a form has been submitted. Click on save, and that's your form submission done. So before we leave Tag Manager and before we hit this submit button, which publishes everything that you've just done, what we want to do is make sure that whatever we've just set up has been set up correctly. So what we want to do is click on Preview, plug in your website, and then click on Connect. So what we want to do here is just test to see if the tags are actually firing. So the first one is the phone call, so just click on your phone number right here, then go back to Tag Assistant, click Continue. So then you can see under tags that the Meta Lead phone tag has actually fired. Now let's test the form submission. So go back to Tag Manager, click on Preview. I'm going to add my thank you page right here as the website URL, and then click on Connect. It's going to load my thank you page, and then I'm going to want to go back to Tag Assistant, click Continue, and then you can see that the Meta lead form submission tag has been fired. So now that confirms that both the phone call tag and the form submission tag are firing correctly. So we can go back into Tag Manager and then publish your changes. Once we've done that, we can go back into Ads Manager, open up the left-hand side panel, and then click on Events Manager. If Events Manager isn't showing up here for you, just jump into All Tools, and Events Manager should pop up at the top here or at the bottom here. So click on Events Manager. Now what we're going to want to do is click on Custom Conversions, create new custom conversion. For the phone call conversion, just name it phone click. Select the relevant data source. Action source is website, and event is lead. Then for the rules, select event parameters, type in content_name, contains phone, then hit create. Then we're going to do the exact same process for the form submission. So create custom conversion, name it form submit, choose the right data source, action source, website, event, lead, rules, event parameters, content_name, and then type in form. We want to type in exactly what we typed in to the script inside of Tag Manager and then hit create. So now you can see that we have a phone click custom conversion and a form submit custom conversion. So what this allows you to do, I'll jump into a active client account now just for demonstration purposes. So if you go into Ads Manager, you can see under the results column pretty standard 34 leads, 46 leads. But if you were to hover over this figure here, you can see a breakdown of whether that was a phone call or whether that was an email. What you can also do is add columns, so customize columns. Here you can look for your custom conversion, so you can type in phone, add phone, then add that to your columns, and then I'm going to add email to my columns as well, and then hit save. Now if you scroll to the right, you're going to be able to see out of the 34 leads, 16 were phone calls, none of them were emails, and then for this campaign, 46 total leads, 28 were phone calls, and then 4 were emails. So now that you've added the custom conversion columns, you can see a clearer breakdown as to which ads, for example, drove the highest volume of phone calls and which ones drove the highest volume of emails as an example. So what does this actually give you? So go into your campaigns. Previously, you could only see leads as one total blended number. Now you can hover over each total and you can see each type side by side. You can also add custom columns, where you can more clearly see a breakdown of what campaigns or ad sets or ads generated what type of conversion action. So that's the full setup, 2 tags inside of Tag Manager and 2 custom conversions inside of your Ads Manager. So Meta now knows what a lead actually looks like on your site, and you know which type of lead each campaign, ad set, or ad produces. If you found this video helpful, definitely watch this video next, where I talk about how to make meta ads that actually convert, and I walk through the whole framework.